Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this underwater scene card, and it's like a porthole and opens so that the actual underwater scene is inside the card. So a few things to do. We need to make an aperture and then we need to cut all the bits. So I have already got my card, and it is, what did I do? It's a 7x7. It's I made it from Centura Pearl. I made it from an A3 sheet. You can always sort of double up bits to make it from an A4 sheet. And I've already cut my porthole. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to give myself a little marker. Just making sure I decided which way was the top. So I just want to make sure I've got everything up the right way and over the right way. So just making some little marks so that I can decide where I'm going to cut this. Give myself the right kind of place. Okay, I'm going to put a couple of bits of and I'm also going to use a piece of paper over this, because what I don't want is lots of marks. I'm also going to use the forward and reverse function again, because I don't really want the marks on the piece of card. Okay, so excuse me, I've got hiccups there. Right, so put this through, but not all the way. So I don't want this end bit going through, so it marks. And that is one of the nice features of let's pause it, and then I'm going to reverse. It's one of the nice features of the Gemini that you have that reverse function. I mean, it's great if you've got a small space as well, because I tend to have to lean over. You can always reverse it through. Okay, let's have a look and see whether the whole thing's cut yet. Okay, excellent. So this piece of card has prevented marking. This piece of paper has prevented marking from the my very used cutting plate, and by reversing it, it stopped me having that line, because obviously this is much bigger than the plate. Okay, so off, and for this, in case you want to know, this is, I'd say, 5 3/4 inch circle, and I'm going to rub off those little marks, and I'm going to stick that in so it's on the back piece. So I get my glue and come on, really messing me around today, because I've only just, it was working. Oh, there we go. Decided it will play. Okay, so this is going in basically where it came out from, but now it's stuck to the back of the card. Now I already have this piece cut, which is going to go over. Now it is bigger than, so that the inner aperture is smaller, should I say, than this. And I already have a piece of blue, very dark blue card that I cut with the same thing. So I'm going to stick this down first, and I'm going to put that one in. I'm just going to check I've got this in the right place. Yes, that looks fine. So let's put the glue on there. So this is just made with 2 nesting circle dies, one bigger than the one we used for the aperture, so bigger than 5 3/4, and the one that was smaller, the next one down. Right, now I know I did this last time as well, and I realised what I've done. Why I'm opening this up. I put glue around the inside, and I don't need glue on that very inner edge. So I'm just going to stick this on, and then I'm going to go into the middle and just rub the glue off, because otherwise I'm going to end up, just check I've got that in the right place. I'm going to end up with this bit sticking to the back. So I did that when I made the sample, and I didn't make a note on my card. A little card for each thing I do. Didn't make a note on it to say don't put the glue right in there. So this now is in there, and again that is now on the back, and that is where we're going to create our underwater scene. So that's the card prep. So now let's look at the die. I haven't actually shown you the die, I realise now. This is called Underwater View, and sorry, I'm leaning over. Underwater View there, and it's from Amy Designs, from her Ocean Wonders collection. And you get these two really lovely, just abstract shapes. I think these are going to be great for other cards as well. And all these little circles around cut out separately. You get those two, and then you get another sort of more abstract. It's almost like an artist's palette, that for the center. And then we have three fish. Oh, I was going to say there are 3 fish. It's got stuck over there. We've got 3 fish and 2 pieces of seaweed. Okay, so for the card, I have cut them out multiple times. Now for this, for the fish, I happen to have some in my scraps, some of this. Oh, that's here. It's kind of marbly, rainbowy effect paper, and that's what I used. But you know, you can use whatever colours. And then I've used these, both sides of this one and this one, for the seaweed. Now I have already got some cut out, and I can't remember what I need to cut out. I think it might be the stripy ones. We'll cut the do these first, and we'll do those in a moment. I'm going to cut. Ooh, now you see these little dies are very small, and already I've misplaced one of the seaweed ones. Put it in there, did I? I'm not going to worry too much because it's here somewhere. It will appear. Oh, there it is. Look. Phew. As soon as you stop panicking, they turn up. So I've got my 2 little pieces for my seaweed, and then I've got my 3 fish. So I'm going to just place them. I might do them with this. We've got another nice yellowy kind of one. So I'm going to put the tape on, and then I'll cut that. Oh. Okay. Now I get my scissors. Just going to cut that piece. So those, now it'd be silly just to run the machine through for those little bits. But let's have a look at these. Now, like as I said, I used a really dark blue for that base circle, and then I've gone for dark and lighter towards the middle. You could go the opposite way around, darker in the middle and light towards lighter, but I decided to go the other way. So I need to cut that one out of the lighter blue, then this one out of that mid blue, and then I've got, this is navy blue, but you can see it's a very different tone to the one at the back. So gives us a little bit of a difference. So we shall put that one on there. Right, now with my banana shape board that I've got at the moment, you might find some of these don't cut as well, but I'm going to use a piece of card as a shim to give it a little bit of extra pressure. Shouldn't really need extra pressure, it's just the fact that I've got so much on the board that I'm asking it to cut. Okay, so we'll run that through and we'll see how we go, and then make a decision: do we run it again or okay. No, I can see now there's bits that have come out here. Now those are the circles we need to keep hold of, so they're not waste in the true sense of the word, because they have been cut out and it looks like everything's cut. So I'm going to just slide everything off. Even that little bit is one of the little dots we need. Yeah, and again here, these are the dots, the circles that cut out from the die. So don't get rid of those. We've got our central piece there. We have the kind of middle piece goes there, and then we need to make sure we've got all these little circles popped out. Some of them are just rolling out. There's none left in the piece of card. Just make sure that I have them out of the die. And there. And there. So that's that one. And then same with the dark blue one. Piece out. Make sure we've got all the bits out of the die. Okay, all out of the pink card, so most in the die like so. Right, okay, that's those bits cut. Like so. And then we have, ooh, it's our 3 fish. If you don't have this kind of paper like I had, you can always just make a really nice sort of multicolored ink background with your distress inks, distress oxides, and do the same thing. Just means they're not one flat color, and it gives a little bit of variation. And then I've got my 2 pieces of seaweed. Yeah, one and coming out. Okay, so like I say, you'll need, I think I ran definitely 3 fish, and I think I ran the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I must have run them through 5 times the seaweed pieces, but it's worth it because I think 2 pieces of seaweed are not enough. Okay, so we now need to do the inside of our card. So like I say, I have got more fish and seaweed for us to arrange on. Yeah. Okay, but we'll start with these. Now, They are, this is bigger slightly than the circle, but that's okay. Just decide how you want to place it. It doesn't matter if it kind of disappears a little bit underneath the porthole. That little random bits that have come off the board, I think. Oh, you're gonna go. Should we go that way? And then our central piece. So, and then it's a case of putting. Whoop, try not to lose any of those bits. I'm just gonna kind of arrange them before I stick them, just so that I can see that I'm happy with what I'm doing. Ooh. And then once I'm happy, I can put some glue to stick them on. These round. I don't need to go too much down there because I've got the seaweed, so I'm going to move that one to there. And then I'm going to make this kind of from about there, and make the kind of bubbles like you see coming up. Ooh. You don't need to necessarily sort of place them first, but I like to because I always then find that I haven't got quite what I want where I want it. So just place the other bits around. And then we can place the fish on. Once you've stuck these down, place the fish and the seaweed. I think we'll go with that. Right, so I'm just going to slightly move them and then put a little dab of glue where I want them, and then move them back in a moment. Don't lose that. There. And there. And that one there. Okay, let's get my little wax pencil and we'll place these on. Oh, looks like I cut that on top of something else. There we go. Okay, so all of those are on. Next, I am going to do the what have I got? Oh, I could have done with some green ones, not to worry. We will go with this. I'll put these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, whoops, off the table that goes. I'm just going to put some glue. My glue will work at the bottom and like so. Okay, so it's going to be, I'm putting it kind of touching that blue because that's kind of where we're going to see, or you could put it just below. Entirely up to you. One and one. So, and we'll put the green ones either side. And I reckon if I turn that over, I've got a green one there, yeah. The joys of double-sided paper. Look a little bit more even. What do we got? We've got leave that one to the side. We'll go for a couple more of these. You can glue the whole lot if you would prefer, but there's no need to. Also, I got a couple of those. I might just put those there from there. So there's our seaweed on. Now we need to place our fish, and I used a little bit of in fact, yeah, no, I will do the fish. I used a little bit of 3D glue gel for the fish. Right, so let's see what we're going to do. 1, 2, and 3, and here 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3 like that. In fact, I might swap those over. And then I've got, oof, seem to have lost one of these fish. Still in my pot? No. Oh well, we'll just go with 2 of them. Might just have thrown it away. It will turn up. It will turn up, but we'll just go with 2 for the moment. I think we will survive. Just put the 2 there for now. And if we get another one, we can put another one here. Right, so I'm just going to get my tweezers. And I'm literally just putting a small squeeze of 3D glue gel. It's not huge, just lifts it up a little bit off the background. And don't worry about going over the top of the dots because it makes it look a little bit more natural than it will be in space. There. And there. And there. And further down there. Oops. Over there now. I've dropped it there. And then these ones. That. And 1. Okay, and I'm going to carefully just close that because then I want to put the flat back pearls just to create that kind of oh, and I've noticed, look, on my sample I've obviously lost one, so we'll replace that one as well. That's I've got the pack here. That's if my glue would like to come off. So they just sort of, you know, you get the little screws or whatever they are on the porthole. So top and bottom, up the sides, and then in between. Like so. There's the glue. Pull these out. And, whoops. Place them on the glue spots. Oop, there we go. Couple more. Like so. Okay, so there is our porthole ocean view card. We've used this lovely die from Amy Designs, Ocean Wonders. This underwater view with these really fab little abstract shapes, which I think are going to be great for like journaling as well. Completely aside from sort of the underwater theme, I think those have got quite a lot of applications. So, you know, look beyond the fact that it's an ocean one. These on their own, I think, are going to be really, really useful in your stash. There are a few other dies from this collection, and I have some videos on the channel, so have a look. And thank you for joining me.